I just love that overlay.
I know. I changed it so it'd be decent on the portrait one.
I love that. Okay, so we're gonna show. So apparently there was a press conference in Alabama today from the Attorney General. So we are going to play that. Let's see what they got to say. What the fuck?
I'm curious to see what this is about.
Why did it do that?
To make these products illegal. They went away for a little while, but we started getting complaints about this time last year. DAs around the state took action to try to get them off the shelves, and then all of a sudden this spring we saw them come roaring back. You will see some of the products that have been seized. They look great, but they're not. ALEA agents have been making undercover purchases of these products, and they've been tested by the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences, confirming that they contain mitragynine and hydroxymitragynine, commonly known as kratom. A cease and desist letter was sent out by the DAs banning one product, Bougie Bliss, which is probably the most common one. But then we started to realize that similar products were being sold all over the state. So again, ALEA went out and made these purchases undercover, and again confirmed with ADFS that they all contain kind of the same ingredients, despite what the labels say. In March, you may know, sent a cease and desist letter statewide that local law enforcement has been taking around to various locations. Everybody that holds an ABC license should have received a copy of this by now. And so in May, last month, we started this operation that we named Operation Southern Shield. It is a joint operation between our office and ALEA to identify the locations that are still selling these illegal products despite having received the cease and desist letter. So over the course of the last several weeks, ALEA's agents have made undercover buys and executed search warrants. Several wholesale locations have been identified, and additional search warrants were executed there. Agents have been able to identify multiple out-of-state distributors who are shipping these products into Alabama. So I'll give you a couple of quick stats. 83 search warrants have been executed statewide. About 64,000 bottles of products containing kratom have been seized, and about 59,000 doses in 2 warehouses in Montgomery have been seized from wholesalers. Chief Lockridge from SBI is going to talk next sort of about the operation itself, but I just want to note this is a situation where these labels are not correct. And so our first order of business was to send these letters out notifying the sellers of what they actually had. If they're improperly labeled, we weren't going to hold them responsible, but if they're still selling them, then they're in dangerous territory. This is also not the AGO or ALEA just being hall monitors for the fun of it. We've actually gotten numerous reports of adverse health impacts. This stuff is highly addictive. It has opioid-like effects, and despite the label, it is not made from natural kratom or what people think is natural kratom. This is mostly synthetic stuff, which means it's highly concentrated and highly addictive. And so we've seen Chief Heish down in Calera hold some events for folks getting more information on this. Our office has been personally impacted by some people that we know and love struggling with addiction after taking this product, thinking that it was for relaxation or stress release. And so I just want to say, again, this is not us just going after something for no reason at all. This stuff is actually pretty dangerous and bad for you. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to SBI Chief Lockridge.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Chief Sean Lockridge with Alabama State Bureau of Investigation. Today we're announcing the results of Operation Southern Shield, a collaborative effort between the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation, the Alabama Attorney General's Office, the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences, and our local law enforcement partners across Alabama. This operation focused on the illegal sale and distribution of kratom products being sold, which is a violation of Alabama law. This investigation began after complaints were received from concerned citizens regarding products being sold in retail locations throughout the state of Alabama. These complaints ultimately led to a coordinated state enforcement effort. Kratom has been classified as a Schedule I narcotic substance, illegal substance in Alabama since 2016. Through undercover purchases conducted by ALEA agents and laboratory testing performed by the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences, investigators confirmed the presence of kratom in these products being sold throughout Alabama. Operation Southern Shield officially began in May of 2026 as a joint effort between ALEA and the Alabama Attorney General's Office to identify, investigate, and seize illegal products being sold throughout the state. Investigators conducted operations across numerous jurisdictions. Search warrants were obtained and executed at retail wholesalers, and investigators identified multiple out-of-state distributors responsible for shipping these products into Alabama. The results of this operation speaks for themselves. During Operation Southern Shield, law enforcement executed 83 search warrants and seized approximately 63,995 bottles of these products, which contain kratom. While those numbers are significant, this operation is much more important than the statistics. It's about protecting Alabama communities, enforcing Alabama laws, and ensuring that illegal controlled substances are not being sold in our neighborhoods. No operation of this magnitude is successful without teamwork. And I want to thank the dedicated members of the Attorney General's Office for their leadership and their partnership throughout this investigation. I also want to recognize the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences for providing the scientific analysis and laboratory support that was critical to this operation. Most importantly, I want to thank our local law enforcement partners across Alabama: sheriffs, chiefs of police, investigators, deputies, officers, prosecutors, task force officers, and support personnel who worked side by side with our ALEA agents throughout this investigation. The jurisdictions involved in this operation included locations in Colbert County, Covington, Jefferson, Lauderdale, Lowndes, Madison, Marshall, and Montgomery counties, along with numerous municipal agencies and local partners. Their professionalism, dedication, and commitment to public safety were instrumental in the success of this operation. I also want to thank the citizens who came forward and reported these concerns. Public safety is strongest when communities and law enforcement work together. Operation Southern Shield demonstrates what can be accomplished when agencies share information, work together, and remain focused on a common mission. On behalf of ALEA Secretary Hal Taylor and the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation, I sincerely thank every investigator, analyst, prosecutor, forensic scientist, and support personnel who contribute to this effort. This operation sends a clear message that Alabama will continue to aggressively investigate violations involving illegal controlled substances and will remain committed to protecting our communities and keeping our citizens safe. At this time, I'm now going to open up the floor for questions. Yes, sir.
Were there any arrests made as a result of this operation?
The investigation is still ongoing, and we're in the process of doing all that right now.
Can you talk a little bit about what the penalties are for people who are caught selling products like this? Like, is it a felony? Is it going to be, you'll be arrested? Can you kind of just give people an idea of what will happen if you work at a store, you own a store, and you're caught selling these products?
Yeah, I'm going to defer that to the Attorney General's office about that part.
Yeah, it'll be prosecuted like any other illegal drug under the Controlled Substances Act. A range of felonies will be applicable. Obviously we want to go after the biggest fish first, the people that are sending this stuff in, but certainly if you continue to sell these products in violation of law, you can count on some sort of felony prosecution.
Can you talk about accessibility? What have you seen during Southern Shield? And how will you stop that further accessibility that people are buying these products, these bottles moving forward?
Yeah, obviously we went to multiple counties throughout the state of Alabama, and unfortunately these are very accessible, as you can see right here with the displays in front of us. We are doing everything in our power with the Attorney General's office, Aaliyah is, to stop this and to conduct search warrants and raids throughout the state to not have this accessible to our children.
Can you speak on stopping it at the source for those distributors? How are you going to get it off the road before they even get on the shelves?
Yeah, that's a good question. Last week we went to a wholesaler in Montgomery just by itself, and we got over 50,000 of these vials at one location here in Montgomery. So we're getting and targeting these locations piece by piece as information becomes available. So we're going to hit them as soon as we get information.
Can you share any stories, either from the AG's office or from Aaliyah, about the impact that you've seen these have on people's lives?
Yeah, I'll let her talk about that, and I'll talk about the side effects.
Yeah, I went to an addiction prevention event in Calera a couple weeks ago, and people came up to me thanking me for the work that we've done in this space. I mean, you've seen young people and adults go in, think they're buying some kind of 5-hour energy or maybe something to help them sleep or deal with stress, and have ended up being highly addicted. I have a person in my life who actually had to go to rehab for this stuff, so it's no joke. It's we fight this gas station drug war on every front. It seems like it's always something new, but I hope that parents will watch this today and talk to their teenagers and adult children about this, because it's pretty scary, and it's affected regular people that wouldn't ever touch street drugs. I think that's important to note.
Is this the same product that have been making gas station heroin, or is this different?
You call this gas station?
Yeah, this is similar to that. This acts like a stimulant in doses. At first it gives you energy, focus, talkativeness, but in bigger doses this is like opioids, causing sedation, euphoria. It can cause hallucinations, seizures, breathing trouble. It's very addictive. That's the problem we're seeing through some of our local law enforcement partners across the state. We're getting complaints about how some of the teenagers are going and getting these products and becoming addictive and spending so much money over and over getting this stuff. So, quitting brings withdrawals, muscle aches, and anxiety. Some people get hooked bad enough that they need medical help to quit. So this is definitely an issue that Aaliyah and I know the Attorney General's office takes serious. So we're combating this head on. Yes, sir.
Can you go back to the distributors? Where are they located? Where are they coming? Where are these basically coming from?
Well, we've got local distributors all across the state, but like I said, we just hit a big 2 distributors here in Montgomery County last week, 2 warehouses. And then also these places are getting shipped from other distributors out of state, and I'm sure the Attorney General's office is coordinating with the other Attorney General's offices on neighboring states doing this, where the manufacturing and shipping is coming from.
I know at the federal level, some of this stuff is unregulated. Would it be easier if it became regulated federally? I mean, is there anything else that you think needs to be done outside of the state of Alabama to try and stop this problem when they're coming in from wherever outside of the state?
Well, this is a Schedule I narcotic drug, so we're going to be opposed to any Schedule I narcotic drug. Anyone else? Well, thank you for your time and into this.
I could not hear the questions.
I actually turned it up. He said that last question was like, is there something that needs to be done federally?
Sorry. I wanted to go through this part right here.
Oh, okay.
The Alabama Attorney General's office and Alabama law enforcement officials just wrapped up a press conference in downtown Montgomery.
Wait, is it playing twice?
Kratom, good afternoon and welcome to the news at noon. I'm Rosie Langello. We send it out to WSA 12 News anchor Ian Alvarez.
Yep.
I can hear it on my end.
How is it playing twice?
I don't know. What the hell? Okay, hold on. Hold on.
That's what.
Anything happens in a live stream, y'all. Guess I gotta mute that one.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I couldn't hear what she said. The attorney general, when she said she knows someone personally that was, I don't know, addicted to something, but I couldn't hear what she said.
Yeah, she said she's had someone personally have to go to rehab for it.
Was it for it or for, I don't know. And then
In Alabama.
And then, you know, the whole thing of teenagers getting it's because, okay, first of all, it's been banned in Alabama since 2016, right?
Yep.
So people think that bans are being enforced when clearly they're not.
Yep.
And then our haters want to say that KCPAs don't be enforced. But that dude just got there and said that teenagers are getting a hold of this. Maybe if there was an age gate, there wouldn't have been teenagers getting a hold of this.
Exactly. And that's what that one dude in the audience, he says, you know, if this is federally regulated, you know, pretty much like, you know, should we do the pretty much should we follow what the government's doing?
Right.
And they're like, well, it's a Schedule 1 narcotic in Alabama.
Yeah.
Duh.
For kratom to be Schedule 1 narcotic is the most asinine shit.
Yeah.
I have ever heard.
For them to be like, you know, I don't know, for them to even say vials, she did say, I don't know if you heard her, but she did say that, you know, it was not natural kratom. It was a synthetic. So,
and then, you know, Alabama is part of the original 6 states that did the knee-jerk reaction back in the day when, you know, the FDA said the DEA was going to schedule kratom, blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. You know, like 2 months later, the DEA rescinded its notice, you know, and Alabama, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Indiana, Vermont, Rhode Island recently overturned their state ban. That went into effect April 1st of this year. You know, so these other states are just moving at Flintstone pace.
Yes.
To get it undone.
Exactly, Spider. It's like regulate it.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right.
Like Mitzi was saying, like if it was age gated, the teenagers wouldn't be getting it.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna play the news story in the article.
Vano joining us live this afternoon from that press conference. Ian, officials just finished speaking minutes ago. Tell us what we need to know.
Well, hey, good afternoon, Rosie. The topic of discussion, small vials like this. We're going to go ahead and zoom on it. You know, it might not look like much, but products like this, the focus of Operation Southern Shield, this is a vial, a bottle, some containing kratom. Joining me right now is Sean Lockridge, Chief of the State Bureau of Investigation. Sean, thank you so much for joining me today. You just finished wrapping up, right? Yes, the main message behind Southern Shield, vials like this, seizing them and telling the public just how dangerous they are. Do I have that right?
You're absolutely right. They're very dangerous. They're highly addictive. It's a Schedule 1 narcotic that's been brought into Alabama. So the LEA State Bureau of Investigation and the Alabama Attorney General's office is very serious about getting this off the streets throughout Alabama.
You guys kind of announced in the past 4 and 5 weeks, right? This is called Operation Southern Shield. It started in May. Multiple jurisdictions across the state of Alabama. Was hoping that you could describe.
Let's see. I mean, I can't zoom in to see that.
But I guarantee you a lot of that's that T and Epstein shit.
Mo, remember a while back when I went back and forth with that sheriff in Alabama?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And
that Neptune's thing.
It was it was better weather.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then recently they did a recall on that because, you know, they do have, I guess they do have kratom in that vial thingy, you know, so I think that was the latest recalls that's happened. I can't see that stuff, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, that sheriff dude was pretty cool. I mean, he did say like they lab tested it.
Yeah.
Have those chat about those.
Sure. Yeah, we hit multiple locations in approximately 12 counties in the state of Alabama. We were very successful. We hit over 83 search warrants, and we seized over 63,000 vials of these illegal substances.
Can you talk about, you mentioned, right, level 1 narcotic, the danger behind these for Alabamians? I asked you.
Oh, man, I can't fucking.
Just moments ago about the accessibility.
What the hell? What's happening? Why are they showing vapes and spliffs?
And that was a concern. Can you speak on the accessibility moving forward? How will this be stopped?
I think this is all stock footage. I don't think this is actually the stuff they was taking off the shelves, y'all.
You don't think that was on the where he was pointing at on the thing?
Like them doing the pills on the capsules.
Oh yeah, that is.
And
I
then,
think
like, why are they showing vapes? Like,
so that people can buy this not so easily.
Right. We've sent cease and desist orders through the help of the Attorney General's office, and our agents are out there proactively patrolling, looking for these areas and these products. They're sold in convenience stores, and what we're doing is trying to get as many as we can off the streets immediately.
I'll ask you here, kind of wrapping up. The conversation with other states, this Kratom conversation is something that Attorney General's offices across the country have been chatting about, trying to get rid of this off of shelves and off of the streets. What have those conversations been like with maybe Georgia, Florida that you mentioned?
Correct. We're in constant communication with our law enforcement partners throughout the Southeast, and we're working together trying to get all these dangerous products off the street.
Chief Lockridge, I really appreciate the time today. That's what we learned today. We'll have more throughout the course of the day. Again, Rosie, the topic of discussion, getting this off of the street, small vials, bottles that you might see at a gas station containing that highly dangerous kratom. But for right now, Rosie, back to you.
Ian, thank you. And like he said, he will have more on that later on today.
that one thing he's holding up, they didn't show one bottle of that stuff.
I don't even know what he's holding up.
And Super, they had a also yo-yo. No, they had a press conference in Alabama today. Apparently, over the last few weeks, they've been having people, I guess, reporting that there's been, it's obviously kratom extract, or we actually don't even know. But there's been a lot of kratom found on the shelves in Alabama. And of course, it's been, banned since 2016. So they had like a press conference today about it.
Yep. So it's called Operation Southern Shield. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, they used all this manpower and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, you got bigger fish to fry, Go after the meth.
She's cute. She's a cute little girl.
What?
She's cute, the AG.
Oh yeah. I wonder, is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's the one that Mac was talking about.
Yeah, might have been. I don't know though.
I mean, I like that she made the distinction that it's not natural kratom. So when they brought that, having those capsules falling, it's clear.
Yeah,
that's not what it was.
Maybe later on we'll get the email or the news alerts about their big drug bust.
Dude, I think, I swear to God, I feel like news people have literally just started using like stock footage, like just maybe even AI, because it's like, why in the hell are they throwing vapes in there?
Maybe that was part of Operation Southern Shield, where they get
Could be.
the THCA stuff out too. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm putting our things.
Oh yeah, put our lovely profile pic. What's up, buddies? How y'all doing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just so stupid that it's a Schedule 1 narcotic.
Man, that really just, and we all know Shayna Brown's case, it's like, as far as I know, nobody else, no innocent civilian has been arrested for kratom. They're going after the gas stations or convenience stores or whatever that was selling the products. And maybe, maybe the store owners also didn't know that kratom was illegal there,
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not just everyday people that don't realize that kratom is banned in their state. It can be the smoke shop or the owners as well.
I mean, and if the people are shipping it in from another state there, it's legal. I just,
That's an immediate red flag.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. I'm like, if you live in a banned state and, someone's willing to ship, kratom to you, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because why would a vendor risk their entire business to ship to an illegal state.
Yeah, no legitimate vendor is going to do that.
Mm-mm. And for I'll remind y'all, for those that aren't familiar with Shayna Brown's case, in April of 2023, she got arrested for I think she had 250 grams of kratom, that she legally purchased in Florida, and then crossed over the imaginary Alabama state line where there was a DUI checkpoint, and then her bail was $1 million freaking dollars.
Oh, I can't believe that. Yeah, they were saying they're going after the bigger fish, Super Fun Time.
Yeah.
So they're going after like the people shipping it in first, and then I guess they had some kind of thing sent out to the store owners back in March, and then they went back in May to
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because possession is prosecutable.
Yep.
That's what happened to Shayna. She's she sat in jail for 9 months till her bond got lowered enough. It got lowered to $75,000. And then we all gathered together in the kratom community and bonded her out and hired her attorney. And she's still facing 10 to life.
For her to be sitting next to pedophiles,
mm-hmm.
like more than one conviction pedophiles, and her bond being $1 million was so mind-blowing.
Yeah. For the leaf.
Yeah.
For the leaf. She had the leaf.
Just insane to me. It's just insane.
Like, man, it's just, wow. Like I said, you put in all that tax dollars. All that tax dollars to do this. You fucking in Bama, man. You got meth labs on every damn corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we figured we would show that to y'all. So stay tuned for like any of the new news stories that will come out. Yeah. 10 to life. 10 to life.
I just can't imagine.
It was amazing though that the kratom community came together like that. We raised a lot of money for her.
Yeah. I can't imagine being in her shoes. Like, I really can't. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. That's so true.
It's like, how much sense does that make? Yeah. Like, it's still just anybody with any sense in their head that sees that and that's just not right.
Was it Shayna's case or Marshall's case that we pulled up the people that were locked up around the same time as them? I don't remember. I remember posting it on TikTok, and then I freaking got.
It was Shayna.
So it was people that were in for manslaughter and rape. Yeah, I need to stop talking like those damn TikTokers, and molesting kids and rape and and their bonds were way lower,
like $10,000. I can't remember. Exactly.
Yeah,
I was shook at.
Yeah. And here Shayna is sitting there, for $1 million bond. Like, ooh, like what?
Yeah, we went on vacation to the NASA place. I can't remember, but like a year before Shayna happened, I had no idea. Well, no, I did know it was illegal, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And whenever Shayna happened, I was like, dude, I'm never going back to Alabama.
And now, Jen, now you're facing the same predicament in Tennessee, July 1st.
Yep. And I'm going to say it like I'll say it every day of my life. It wouldn't have been so easy if it weren't for 7-OH.
Exactly. The 7-OH and Matthew Davenport's death was the recipe to ban kratom in Tennessee and Louisiana, but Louisiana's death was this adult son committed suicide.
Oh man, I still think Tennessee was worse.
Yeah. Yep.
Tennessee at least
number one on my list for being the worst hearings to watch, and then Louisiana second.
Like, I never thought I would have said that.
Those people need to be voted out. Y'all, you know what? Isn't like voting coming up?
Yep.
You know what? And it's like actually one of the ladies that's running out here for Congress. I saw the commercial last night, and I was like, she looks freaking familiar. And I pulled her name up and pulled up the Creative Consumer Protection Act out here. I remember her now. She was at all the hearings that I went to. I remember her complimenting me on my long nails that some of you love to hate and my colored hair, you know, and she's the one who, you know, voted yes on the KCPAs out here. So I'll be voting for her.
Well, that's your trademark. People want to have a problem with it, they can kiss your ass.
They can sit on your profile picture and spin.
Mm-hmm. They sure can.
Oh, you know what? Since we're here, you know what? I'm going to do this. That freaking thing that Chris sent us.
Oh,
that's a jamming ass song.
It is. It is.
Are you busy, Jen? Or can you stay?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Let me see. Do I have to download that app though?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go get that.
Spider, I'm just gonna take it day by day and just advocate to get it overturned next year. I'll be at the voting booths.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we're not gonna lose you as an advocate.
No. Not till my last breath.
Okay. This song is called Carnival of Lies. Let me go grab it.
Okay. Dean Francis.
And Kolodny.
Troubadour. The Troubadour Troupe.
Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I have to. I'll just pull this freaking screen up. Okay, y'all ready to jam? Okay. Where's the play? Oh, right there.
For real.
Step right up! Step right up to the greatest show of fiction on earth! Dean Francis in the tent, barking loud. But the science just Bigfooted your whole damn circus! Ow. Whoa. Ow. Carnival barkers step into the tent, man with two noses, Pinocchio's ascend. Dean Francis hustling, Kolodny spinning lies, but night drop truth, watch a whole sideshow die. Wave of truth coming, title not title, fake news, prophets getting schooled in real science recital. Natural leave good, synthetics the fiend, clowns get exposed, end of the routine. Yo, Mac Haddle spitting facts from the AKA stage. Dean Francis out here playing sideshow sage. Super bad news, he tweets with that hype. Can't wait till Monday, but science stole the mic. Ragtag carnival rolls into town for a day. Barker yelling, Tuno's man, only one dime to pay. You step in the shadows of his anti-kratom tent. See the hustler pushing Andrew Kolodny's descent. Here we go again, failing to learn from the opioid past. Mercenary for hire, chasing that expert witness cash. Big-footed by knife funding the real trial. Purified alkaloids helping addicts walk the mile. You bark like a carny, but the crowd sees the scam. Long nose growing, call it the Pinocchio jam. Kolodny blushing, nose longer than the script. Commentary time worse than a bad magic trick. Ignored the evidence, cherry-picked the fight. While FDA those studies say it's well tolerated, alright? Night of dropping knowledge after millions spent. Human clinical trials, that's the government consent. Institutional review board said low risk proceed, but your troubadour still planting bad seed. Wendy Chamberlain, Patty Wheeler in the mix. Hollywood grief turned into political tricks. Senator McKell lying about industry funds. Two noses growing, Pinocchio run. Adulterating synthetics, 7-0 the crook. Marketing poison while calling it natural, that's the real hook. You blur the lines, but HHS drew them clear. Natural leaf chillin', manipulated fear. Step right up to the freak show of ideology. No evidence, just vibes and old monopoly. Opioid lesson evidence over bans. Not every receptor hitter gets the iron hands. Dean dodging debates, refusing the forum stage. Hyperbolic claims getting slammed by the science page. Bigfooted again, your doomsday just got delayed. Truth marching forward while your circus parade fades. Inconvenient truth that you clowns won't admit. IRB cleared it, no unreasonable risk. Gottlieb's old push got rejected in public tweet. Embarrassingly poor Assistant Secretary B. Natural versus lab made, FDA already split. RFK and McCary said schedule the fake shit. Your narrative science selected facts in the bin. Outdated talking points, let the real research win. From the 10 to the trash, your site shows a bust. Consumers winning, science turning the trust. Mac Cattle closing, stay tuned for the next episode. And cradle misinformation, your lies overload. Carnival's closing, barkers pack up the gear. Man with two noses disappearing in the rearview mirror. Wave of truth crashing, no more doomsday fear. Natural kratom rising, science loud and clear. Step right up, nah, step right out. Truth won the battle, circus packed up and out.
That's so good.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That,
that
was
was
fire.
funny.
That was fire.
Yeah. Pinocchio. That's been in the back of my mind all day since I heard it this morning.
Oh man. We got creative people in the creative community, I tell you that.
We do. We do.
All right. I know, Superbug Chris. Well, a little Eminem mixed in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's AI generated with facts.
Yeah.
Gets slapped with facts.
It is kind of cool. You can put in stuff like that and it comes up with a whole ass song.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm not good at doing like the AI video or pictures and all that stuff. It's just too much, like too much wording.
All right, you ready to wrap it up?
Yep. We'll see y'all here soon.
Yeah, we'll see you here soon. Be on the lookout.
Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. Happy Monday.
Bye, everybody.